And your dad's been sick for like the last week. So I don't know if I'm going to get the rest of the Christmas stuff out of storage. And at this point,
Mm.
it's 2 weeks till Christmas Eve. I got the tree up. That I'm,
Yeah. I don't know. This year just got away from us. Like,
yeah.
we put up the tree and the garland in the living room and the outside lights. And that is literally it. I don't even have my stockings out. I need to go find them.
That's just it. I told your dad, if you're not feeling well enough, and I don't like to go over to storage by myself.
Yeah.
It's just, we'd rather go together. Because you're kind of locked in there and
Hmm.
our unit's all the way in the back. So I said, if you don't start feeling better, I'm going to go to the thrift store. I'm going to buy some stockings and we're
Yeah.
going to put them up and call it good.
Yep.
And I'm fine with
Yep.
that. So,
Yeah. Felicity wants a new stocking. And I'm like, "Ugh, what? Why?" But hers has Minnie Mouse on it. And she's like, "That's not cool, Ma."
oh, yeah.
So, but I told her, I was like, if we get you a new stocking, it's not going to be like a Stranger Things or something that you're into right now. It's going to be neutral that you can keep until you
Hmm.
are 18 and
Yep.
you want to buy your own stocking.
Hmm. Yeah. Because
So,
a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be the same thing as Mickey Mouse. I
yeah.
don't want this anymore. I'm not into that.
Yeah. Dexter's is just a red truck, and that's great. It's
Mhm.
easy. So, but now I mean, not that we're not going to have more kids, I don't think, but now I'm in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like, when they're little, you're like, "Oh, this is so cutesy," but then
Mhm.
as they get older, they're like, "This is not cool. This
Mhm.
is so annoying."
I had the same red fuzzy one with the white, it looks like a Santa suit
Uh-huh.
my whole life. And I don't know
Yeah,
whatever happened to that one, but yeah, Gary had the same one. My parents had the
yeah,
same, and we hung it up on our cardboard fireplace because we didn't have a real fireplace.
yep,
Good times.
yep. I'm sure I tried to talk you guys into buying me different stockings, but
Oh, yeah, probably Spice Girls or
the ones there were a few years where those ones that look like high heels were really popular.
Mhm.
I remember
Yeah,
wanting one of those. Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah, and Ava has a friend whose, family is gonna be out of town for Christmas, so she's gonna spend Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with us, so she went and got her a stocking.
Oh.
She found it a really cute, like a white cable knit with little embroidered holly leaves and berries on it at the thrift store for $1.
Oh my gosh.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah, if I don't get to storage, that's what I'm doing. Pick
Yeah,
out some stockings, call it good.
absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I keep thinking, "Oh, I wanna put up the village," but then I'm like, "Then I gotta take it down."
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
tree, I don't mind leaving up, honestly, till my birthday, like, that really doesn't
Mhm.
bother us at all, but it's like, ugh, all the other stuff that's, like, very Christmassy, and
Mhm.
so
Makes it feel like the walls are closing in on you after a while.
yeah, so I may just decide this is the year that I just say, "You know what? Oh, well, it is what it is. It's
Mhm.
okay."
Yeah.
Um, but
I'm doing
yeah.
that for sure. My goal was to have my village up this year, but it takes all day to set it up.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's 2 weeks till Christmas Eve, and then right after Christmas, I'm going to Seaside for 4 days. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
festive enough. I went out and picked real cedar boughs and decorated my front door. And, it's not like we're not decorated. It's just not as Christmas didn't throw up all over the house like it usually does at our house.
Yeah, I dried oranges and cranberries, and they're still sitting on my counter. I haven't done anything with them yet. But the
Yep.
cranberries took like 3 days to dry in the oven.
I've never dried cranberries. I've just strung them. I never dried them
Oh
out.
my gosh, they took forever. I put them in for like 5 hours, and then the next day I went to work and I came home and Phil was like, "Yeah, I put those in the oven this morning. They've been there for like 7 hours. I don't know if they're ready." And no, still weren't. So then the next day I did them longer. They're finally dried out. So
Huh,
but they're
that's
still like
crazy.
they just have so much moisture in them.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I need to do that. And um, oh, and I bought the little playhouse from the dollar store, spray painted
Oh,
it
yeah.
the color of a gingerbread house, and I haven't actually decorated that yet. So that is something that I will do with the kids.
Mhm.
'Cause I got them little tiny ones. And although the one definitely spent way more than if I had bought it at the store because the dollhouse I wanted. I'd already bought the spray paint, so I was committed. And then the dollhouse was $7, and I was like, "What?"
At the dollar store?
Because it came with little people and all the stuff that I just threw
Oh,
away because I didn't want the
yeah.
little people. And
Uh-huh.
so I'm like, well, okay, Instagram, you burned me on this one, but
Could have gone to
oh
Walmart
well.
and got a ceramic gingerbread house.
Yes,
That's
but oh
okay.
well. Yeah.
Well, I was targeted by Spotify, came up with this wonderful holiday playlist for me. It's called a folksy Christmas playlist. And I thought, oh, great. It's got like the Lumineers, She and Him,
Mm-hmm.
the Oh Hellos. I thought, great. Okay, this can be wonderful. And it started out awesome. And then they mixed in some truly depressing Christmas songs. There's one about the Vietnam War, one about a single mom facing eviction, and one called Merry Christmas, Mary Jane, the only thing that's going to take my pain away. Smoking weed. I'm like, Merry freaking Christmas. No, I want to go hide under a pillow. So, but the biggest flex was a surprisingly jolly version of Frosty the Snowman by Fiona Apple. That was actually
Oh,
very good. I thought
okay.
that one would be depressing out of all of them, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I
Like
just
she would
skipped
really
over.
focus in on the fact that he melted and not on the other stuff.
Yeah, and how it made her feel, and so yeah.
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
I've
Oh
been listening to
man.
Christmas music nonstop, but in my Pure Barre class today, I was really happy to hear that Elizabeth Taylor has made her way into the playlist. The song, not the person.
Oh,
And it's
yes.
actually the Taylor version, because sometimes
Ah,
you get new music and it's, it's a someone else singing it and it's
yeah.
lame, but it's actually the Taylor Swift version, so that made me very
Wow.
happy. Yeah.
Surprising that they were willing to pay for the rights to play that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I really wanted this Elizabeth Taylor sweatshirt for Christmas and put it on my Christmas list. It's like a salmon color. It says Elizabeth Taylor on it. It's like a varsity style sweatshirt. And like a week ago, Phil texted me randomly and he goes, "Hey, you know that sweatshirt sold out?" I was like, "Is that because you're on the website and you happen to be seeing?" I'm like, "No,
Somebody
I
told me
didn't
in
know."
passing.
So he's like, "Do you like the other one?" I said, "No." "Okay, well, talk to you later." Like,
What's your second favorite thing on your Elfster wish list?
like, all right. Well, it's nice to know you were going to spend $70 on a sweatshirt for me.
I know. I've
But
put so much random crap on my Elfster list, and sometimes I'll put stuff on, and the next day I'll be like, "That was $160. I'm gonna take that back off," and then I'll put something
yeah.
else on, and so it's
Yeah.
just fun.
No, I like to have the expensive stuff on there because if somebody wants to pay that much for a gift from me, that's fine. I
Yeah,
don't care. I
sure,
don't
I'll take
mind.
it.
I won't say no.
Yeah. We should make our Elfster list public. Any of you listening,
Yes. Would you like to purchase something for us?
speaking of purchasing stuff, this is the time of year for giving trees and senior trees, and I was thinking it's great to do that and spread holiday cheer, but I was reading an article about how there is a absolute peak in depression in especially senior living
Hmm.
facilities after the holidays because it's like they are showered with these gifts and cards and holiday sentiments, and then the festiveness of the season is over, they take down all the decorations, and then where are the people wishing them well? So um, some a few tips that you could do. You could get a group together, hand make seasonal or monthly notes of cheer, and then deliver them to a senior living facility. If you work
Hmm.
with a youth group, organize a time for children to come read to residents. That's always a good one. Play board games, do arts and crafts, just anything interactive. And of course, you
Yeah.
have to get permission from the front desk, but they welcome volunteers. You just have to pass a background check. Come out Come up with weekly or monthly activities for residents to look forward to, like Tuesday coffee and chat, Friday night bingo, music Monday, storytelling Saturday. Um, just little things that you can do to keep that cheer going throughout the year.
Hmm.
And also not to forget about other marginalized communities. Crochet blankets, hats, scarves, gloves, or take a donation for the unhoused during the bitter cold months because here in the Pacific Northwest, it's December and it's still 50. But after Christmas, January, February, even March, it gets so cold, and there's so many people
Mm-hmm.
that could benefit from some extra warmth. So if you have things that you don't use anymore, or you're great at knitting or crocheting, or you just have a giving heart and extra money, you want to go out and buy some things, hit up those
Mm-hmm.
after Christmas sales and buy some things for people that could really use it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that way you
Absolutely.
can adopt a sense of giving for the whole year, not just at Christmas time.
Yeah. And another thing too that I've seen a lot, because we work with our local animal shelter at my coffee shop, and so we do a giving tree for the shelter. And asking them what they need is really, really important because there's, I mean, we see this in times of disaster. We see this with a lot of charitable organizations where they get, a bunch of used clothing. Well, we need the manpower to go through this clothing. Not everybody can use it. What's wrong?
Sorry, it's really windy.
Oh.
I heard a loud noise. I don't know what it was.
Ah! Well,
You can
you're
see the rain moving sideways.
oh my gosh,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Sorry.
So just if you know, I think sometimes we adopt this idea of, well, anything helps, but it's actually not always true that
Mhm.
anything helps. Um, so like our local animal shelter, they are very specific about hard toys only because the soft ones get destroyed and they can't be laundered.
That makes
So
sense.
they only want hard toys. So if you donate soft toys to them, they actually end up giving them to Goodwill. So
Mhm.
those are little things that we don't really think about necessarily because you're not working in the organization. So just reaching out and if they give you a list, it's usually because that's the things that they need the most and they know why they need them the most. So,
Yeah.
yes.
True. Because if you're just dropping off stuff to donate to the Goodwill, you know, o other than putting, like we talked about before, putting urns in there or your garbage or whatever, pretty
Yeah.
much anything goes. But
Mhm.
if you're donating to, like, a senior center, it's not your Goodwill drop-off
No. No.
place, you know? Be very conscious of what their needs actually are.
For sure. For
So,
sure.
well, welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Sherry,
I'm Jessica.
and today we are talking about Hallmark's new movie, A Grand Ole Opry Christmas. I meant to wear my Grand Ole Opry sweater, and I forgot, ran out of time to change, and
I
so
know.
I'll wear it another time. But
I'm
I
actually
got the
surprised. She didn't wear that sweater in the movie, did she?
no, I think it's
I'm
just one they came up
surprised.
with. Yeah,
It
it's
looks like
very
a
cute.
very Nikki DeLoach kind of sweater. You'd think
Hmm.
that she would have worn it. Maybe
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't ready.
pink. Maybe not. It's pink with a little white collar with holly and little guitars on it. And I
Mhm.
will say, this may be changed by the time this airs, but it was not on sale on the Hallmark site, but on the Grand Ole Opry site, it was on sale. And then if you search for coupons, you can find coupons, and I got it for a really great price. So I will wear it
Mhm.
on air one of these days.
Yes, please do.
Um, but yeah, I figured we get into some Hallmark movie news before we start, as per usual.
Mhm.
I think my notes are, huh, we'll
Backwards
see.
and
They look
upside
like
down.
they might be. The Upside Down. I've been really into Stranger Things, so that wouldn't be surprising. Hallmark, 12 Dates of Christmas debuted on December 5th, starring Mae Whitman, based on a popular book series. I did start watching it. I've watched the first 3 episodes.
So
I'm
have
enjoying
I.
it so far. Oh,
Yeah.
do you like it?
Yeah. Watched it yesterday and then it promptly suggested Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, and Phil and I sat on the couch and watched 3 episodes of that, which is pretty
I've not
good.
seen that in years. It is good. Yeah, that's the Jane Seymour one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed 12 Dates Till Christmas, so I'll continue watching. I think only 3 episodes are out right now, and then Friday the next one's released.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely more on the, like, Netflixy feel of
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
Really not very Hallmarky, a lot more serious, a lot more, like, real adult problems and, um, so good, but not as light as a lot of Hallmark content is.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. What else? GAC, amnesia plot alert. There's something called Have We Met This Christmas? And I think we might be doing that one. Is that
Yes, we are.
what we're doing next?
Next week, yep. Have we met this Christmas?
It premieres December 13th. It features the classic TV trope of amnesia, with Danica McKellar plays a character with amnesia who falls for an innkeeper's son while trying to save his family's lodge. So it took me down an amnesia rabbit hole, which I learned the classic plot device: a character suffers a bump on the head, forgets their name and entire past, but conveniently retains all language and procedural skills, then falls in love with a charming stranger. It's neurologically improbable. But there's anterograde amnesia, more common. The patient loses their ability to form new memories after the event that caused the amnesia. They do have recollection of past memories prior to the event, such as a fall, a bump on the head, whatever. Retrograde amnesia, which is the typical movie trope amnesia, is less common and usually the result of a traumatic event. Memories of the past before the event are lost, so they don't remember their spouse, their job, their past memories. They can form new memories after the event, but in the movies, the patient simply moves on and starts a new life. So it's not really... Sorry, my cord's all tangled up. This person with severe anterograde amnesia, inability to form new memories, would be constantly lost. So they'd be wandering around not knowing where they are, repeating conversations, unable to manage their life without constant support, because every moment is new.
Right.
And a person in the early stages of severe post-traumatic amnesia after a head injury is often confused, agitated, disoriented, and may try to wander away, not smoothly charming a love interest at the Christmas tree lot. So there you go. In short, amnesia is rare but real, but the sudden, total, but perfectly functional loss of identity, followed by a clean slate romance, is a wonderful plot device, but a highly unrealistic medical scenario. So in case you're wondering, and even if you weren't,
there you go.
There you go. We just did a little amnesia 101.
Yes.
So let's jump into this week's movie, Grand Ole Opry Christmas. I'll start with a little synopsis. Movie stars Nikki DeLoach and as Gentry Wade, the daughter of a late legendary country music star, Jet Wade, who was half of the famous duo Winters and Wade. Following her father's tragic death 30 years ago, Gentry abandoned her own promising songwriting dreams and distanced herself from his musical legacy. When the iconic Grand Ole Opry invites her to represent her father at their centennial Christmas celebration, Gentry is hesitant as the venue is full of bittersweet memories. While reluctantly visiting the Opry, she sits on one of the venue's famous oak church pews and is suddenly transported back to a time of Christmas 1995 when her father was at the height of his career. Thanks to this Christmas magic, Gentry gets precious, unexpected time with her father, where she can finally finish a song she started years ago, and more importantly, discover long-buried truths about why he quit making music and what happened to his legendary guitar. Film features the magic of time travel, heartwarming family connection, and is a love letter to the country music institution, including cameos and original music by country stars like Brad Paisley. So that's it pretty much in a nutshell, a big nutshell. Cast and crew stars Nikki DeLoach, Kristoffer Polaha, Sharon Lawrence, Rob Mays, Aaron Cahill, and James Denton all have smaller roles throughout. So there are a lot of Hallmark recognizable stars. Directed by Claire Niederpruem, who also directed Mystery Island House Rules. I'm sorry, we didn't like that one. But she also directed Savoring Paris, which we loved.
So good.
And A Royal Corgi Christmas, which I have not watched and cannot watch because my dog will lose his mind when there are animals on the screen.
Yes. I haven't watched that one either.
Yeah, I've seen it advertised a lot this year, but I haven't. If I get a time when the dog's not in the room, maybe I could do that. But written by Tracy Andreen, who also has a writing credit for Switched for Christmas, which I love, and The Spirit of Christmas.
Oh,
also
so
written, yeah, that's a great one. Your Nana and Bubba love that one.
Yeah.
Also, writing credit goes to Hilty Bowen, but Hilty is mostly known for acting and then plus a short film. So I couldn't find anything that she had actually already written.
She was in this movie, right?
Was she?
She played the Nana? Or did they just name the character after her? Because the captions, I didn't catch her name, but the caption said Hilty as the
No, she's a younger
identifying
gal.
name. Oh,
She's
okay.
younger. So,
So they must have just named the character after her.
yeah, probably. What are your initial thoughts on this movie? I think I know already, but
Well, first of all, can I just say how wild it is that like 1995 is a time to go back to?
it's like, oh, that was yesterday.
I mean, it's 30 years ago. So I'm like, why are they going to what's 95? Then I'm like, okay, well, Nikki DeLoach is maybe just a couple years older than me. So this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
It's not that weird.
yeah. Because to me, the
Um,
'80s are 20 years ago. They're not.
still, I know. The year 2000 is more than 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But I loved this movie. I thought it was great. Um, yeah, the time travel made sense. It
Mhm,
was integrated into the story beautifully. There was a lot of different pieces all coming together, but they seemed to work. The cameos did not feel shoehorned. They felt good and
mhm,
normal. Obviously, the country stars are not actors, so you could tell right off the
yeah,
bat, like, oh, you're not an actor.
mhm, yeah,
But they were short. They weren't like, oh, this person's going to play this big role in the movie.
mhm,
And I did think that, I mean, this is maybe a silly thing to say about this movie, but I thought that maybe the music, like on stage music, was a little bit too long. Like maybe they could have shortened up those songs a little
mhm,
bit.
yeah,
But I understand that they wanted to pay tribute to the artists that are help make the Opry special. So I learned a lot about about the Opry. I've never been there, and yeah, enjoyed it. Have watched it twice. Would definitely watch it again. What about
mhm.
you?
I agree. My notes are love, love, love in all caps. It was
Mm-hmm.
by far the best one this season, and
Mm-hmm.
I would dare to say best one I've seen in a very long time. I
Yes.
loved everything about it. Everything I echo everything that you said. The music I also felt was a little long, but you have to understand that this is the Grand Ole Opry's 100-year anniversary, which is huge, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
there was all this merch and this collaboration with Hallmark. I loved the cameos. I loved seeing Aaron Cahill with that glittery cowboy hat and giving the tours, and it was just really cute. The,
Yeah.
I just can't say enough nice things about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
excited to talk about this one. We're going to jump into some scene stealers and MVPs.
And five
There
P's.
were MVPs, so many. I mean, the whole
Mm-hmm.
movie for me. What are some of your favorite scenes or moments or quotes?
Okay, so I actually do have a favorite quote for this movie. I already told you what it was.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'll save that for the end. But
Mhm,
okay, so the actresses who played Rita, amazing. So good.
mhm.
They did such a good job casting the younger version of her.
Yes.
They sounded similar, their cadence was similar. I thought that was excellent. You immediately knew who it was, and so you didn't have to question it and think, "Oh, she kinda looks like her, she kinda doesn't, I'm not really sure."
Mhm,
So, I thought that was wonderful. Her house was great, just pink Christmas trees and lights everywhere, and, um, just how you would imagine, like, a single gal who works at the Opry and loves Southern decor would be.
mhm.
So I really, really liked that. And let's see. Do, 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 do. Trying to look at my notes here. I don't know that I necessarily had a favorite scene, but I did really enjoy in the end when Gentry stepped into the circle at the Opry
Mhm,
because she had not wanted to, and the impression is that she hadn't. Um, that's people I think that for people in country music, that's like a really sacred space to be in.
mhm.
And so it was cool as she stepped in her Hallmark and Grand Ole Opry collab suede boots.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I want those so bad. I put
they're
them on my
so
list and then I took them off. I'm gonna put them
they're
back
so
on.
they're so cute. So I loved that scene. And then my favorite line was absolutely when Kristoffer Polaha's character says, "I cannot remember when I didn't love you." And
Yes.
just I wanted to cry. I didn't, but I
Mhm.
wanted to cry. I was like, wow, this
Yeah.
person did a great job writing this movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the actors did a great job. Well, Kristoffer Polaha and Nikki DeLoach have been friends for years,
Mhm.
I learned. So, their chemistry was great. I
Since North
loved them
Shore,
together.
right?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
they did a
short-lived TV
s
show?
yeah, a series. And, yeah, I can't think of one specific scene because the movie just was great throughout. There wasn't any time where I was like, "Oh, this is an unnecessary scene or an
Mm-mm.
unnecessary character." Like you said, there was a lot going on, but for this one, it really worked, and all the
Mhm.
characters had an integral part of the movie, and it just really worked for me, and I wondered, I should've looked that up. The circle that she steps into, is that made from original wood from the original floor of the Grand Ole Opry?
Yes, they said that they used to like, the Opry shows were at a different theater, and when they moved into the Opry, they cut out the original stage and then moved it
Okay, I
there.
missed that part. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, so that's,
that's
like,
really cool.
history, and then the pews too, I think, came from that original
Mhm.
location as well, so it definitely made I wanna visit the Opry, I wanna take a
I do
tour, I
too.
wanna see a show,
Mhm.
it just yeah, it definitely I think it did its job in bringing more awareness to the Opry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Elvis, and we've been to Graceland a couple of times. I still would love to go at Christmas time, but I feel like if I lived anywhere near there, which I probably will never live in Memphis, but I would love to be a tour guide there. It would be so much fun. Or people, I
Yes.
noticed that they were decorating for Christmas, and it's all these little old ladies that bring in all the poinsettias and decorate the tree, and I would love to be a part of that. That would be so cool. But I'm sure the
Yeah.
Grand Ole Opry gets all decorated as well. It's all
Oh,
a
I'm
big
sure.
collaboration. Yeah.
Yeah. The Alamo here in San Antonio, all of their tour guides are volunteers, but they know everything about the Alamo. It's so interesting. Any question
Mhm.
that you have for them, they can answer it. Like they're not reading off of note cards. They are super
Yeah.
knowledgeable, which is really cool.
Mhm. Yeah, totally immersed in it,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah.
love that. It's not like, "Oh, let me Google that," because anybody can do that.
Yeah, not like when Joey was given tours of the Natural History Museum on Friends. He's just making up dinosaur names.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's
Uh,
funny. Well, some of my favorite lines besides the one that you mentioned, at one point when Gentry gets taken to 1995, Mac follows her. He sits down in the pew. Mac and
mhm,
Gentry are good friends. They've grown up together. He is a manager in country music,
mhm.
and they've always been just really good friends, but neither one of them knew, of course, that they had feelings beyond that. And first he sits down and he comes back to 1995 and says, I just came to see if you were losing your mind. But he gave some great advice and he said, persistence is just as important as talent. You can have
Yes.
all the talent in the world, but if you don't act on it, it's just talent that's nobody's hearing. Nobody gets to be a part of that magic. You have to
Yeah.
really be persistent and make your dreams happen. They're not going to just happen for you. And for very few people, they get discovered on the internet or in a working in an ice cream shop or something. But
Mhm.
you really have to put in the hard work. So,
Well, yeah, and that's why you sometimes you hear people say, "Oh, well, less talented people than me are successful." Well,
hmm
they may have more grit than you. They may have,
yeah,
just pushed a little harder, done a little more, so not in every situation, but oftentimes, yeah, it's the consistency. I always heard from a mentor of mine, consistency is better than intensity. And,
hmm
just showing up every day and
yeah.
going after what you want. It's really, really important. So, yeah. And his name, Mac McCall, like that's such a country music manager name. I love
Oh,
it.
for sure. Yeah.
Sounds like
And
somebody Reba McEntire would be married to.
uh-huh. And the styling, when they went back to 1995, it was hilarious. The color block blouses and the shoulder pads and that kind of Southwest design snap front shirt that he wore with was it a leather vest he wore over the
Yeah.
top of it? And it was all very authentic. And back then, we
Yeah.
probably thought, "Hey, that's really cool." The really high-rise dad jeans.
Well, yeah, he pawns his nice watch so that they can buy these ugly
Uh-huh.
clothes.
But that was something else that made sense because the last time travel movie we talked about, we thought, where are they getting the money to buy all these clothes? And he had to
Uh-huh.
actually sell something because they're just whisked back. I don't have a wallet or anything, that's going to work in this time anyway. I can't use Apple Pay. So,
Yeah, and
yeah.
they're building their connection and showing that to the audience because Matt could have just gone back to the future, right? He could have just
Mhm.
said, "Okay, cool. I have no reason to be here. See you later."
Yeah.
But he stayed, and because of that, yeah, he had to pawn his watch so that they could, like, pay to eat and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and all the interaction with Nikki DeLoach, well, Gentry and her dad
Mm,
was so meaningful, and that last hug before he walks off, oh my gosh, she was tearing up, I was tearing up,
yeah.
but Nikki DeLoach lost her own dad in 2021, and so
Mm,
she admitted that the role was one of the most profound experiences of her life. She said, um, what I wouldn't give to be reconnected, and in a way, I'm being reconnected with my dad right through the Opry through this character. She and her father had shared a deep bond over music, which she called their love language. They
mhm,
also listened to the Grand Ole Opry radio show together, and he dreamed of her performing there one day because she is really a beautiful singer.
mhm.
And tragically, he passed away before they could ever visit the Opry together. But she said filming the movie inside the Opry walls and standing on that stage was an immensely meaningful, full circle moment, fulfilling a wish that they had shared together. The emotional weight of the story led to authentic tears during filming. For me, too. She
Yeah,
shared that she
you
cried.
talking about it, I'm, like, getting
I
teary.
know, I'm tearing up too. I know. She said she cried every single day, multiple times a day while shooting, acknowledging that the experience was overwhelming and that art was imitating life in such good grief, I'm tearing up such a profound way. So once I read that, the movie had an even bigger emotional impact on me because it was just
Mhm.
so true to life. And she's a great actress anyway, but she played it so beautifully, and you could see how she was being touched through this role of Gentry.
Well, and she had that little lilt of a Southern accent, which is what you would hear in Tennessee. It wasn't, like, super, super Georgia Southern,
Hmm.
but she just had that hint, which is what you hear in Nashville, for people who live there or are from there. And
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. And you couldn't tell that she'd been crying all the time. She has some good Botox.
For sure.
It looks natural, but she's not all crinkly and ugly
Uh huh.
crying.
Yep. Oh, I know. I would be. My eyes
So
would be
good.
bright red. My nose would be red. My nose would be snotting all over the place.
And
Not a
oh my
pretty
gosh,
sight.
the kiss scene was so good too because it wasn't at the end of the movie and they like made it funny and cute and like two people who had known each other for, 20 plus years but
Hmm.
had never kissed before and it was great. I love the kiss
Yeah,
scene.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, which brings us to Love on the Brain. Do you feel like the chemistry worked? Obviously.
I would have believed it if you told me they were married in real life, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
excellent.
Yeah.
So good.
And that would be such a weird thing to be good friends with somebody and know their family and they know your family and then, okay, here's the kissing scene day, but without, and maybe they did crack up laughing in some of the scenes that they cut, but, it just seems so natural. And
Mhm.
because sometimes there's a kissing scene where we haven't bought the chemistry and then the kiss comes and it's like, it's like
Mhm.
kissing your brother or your cousin or something, but
Yeah.
it really worked
I
for
watched
these
a
2.
few of those this week. So
Well,
Uh,
okay, we'll talk about that on our next episode. We're gonna talk about, Finding Mr. Christmas right after this. So, moving on to the
uh,
Hallmark tropes, time travel. We see it a lot, but it worked really well, seamlessly, I
great.
would say, in this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything was for a purpose, and, they had, love after a long time of friendship. It was a slow burn, but it wasn't too slow. When they finally came together and realized their feelings for each other, it just felt natural
Mhm.
um, and really just a good foundation for a strong relationship, I felt.
And there was no tropey conflict. There really wasn't any conflict really in the movie. I mean, there were the little things that were happening, but it wasn't like, "Oh my god, they're never gonna get together because this, misunderstanding
Mhm.
happened." It was just the kind of weeding through her father's life when he was younger and figuring out why things happened the way they did.
Mhm.
But they weren't like afraid they were going to get stuck there. They just figured the pews would take them back, and they did,
Yep.
So it all just kind of worked out, but it didn't feel like it was missing a climax, I don't think.
Mhm. No, I think it went really well, and Mac didn't try to force Gentry to come back.
Mhm.
He wanted her to see this through on her own time, and, he was just there to support her, which was great. And, yeah, like you said, no villains, no major conflict, it didn't need it.
Yeah. Yep,
I talked about the
absolutely.
styling a little bit, but I did wanna mention Mac's multi-knit sweater, that like Neil from the Santa Claus. It was terribly awesome.
Those are
And
like in
Gentry's
this year. Those are
they are.
popular.
Yeah, you see them in the stores now.
Mhm.
Gentry's silver sequin dress with the butterflies, I would wear that now. It was
Yes. Oh,
gorgeous. And it
so
had
pretty.
shoulder pads, and it looked great on her,
Mhm.
fit her like another skin. Yeah, so anything else you wanna add about styling or
I mean, her hair looked great the whole movie, and it didn't look like helmety, which is
Mhm.
great. I always love to see that.
Yeah.
Um, and then, oh, her pajamas. The first time we see
I
her wearing
looked those
pajamas,
up. I can't find them.
I can't find them either, but I did find a different version that are similar. They're poplin. They're not satin, which
Mm,
I hate satin pajamas. They're sweaty and hot, and I don't like them
yeah, true.
personally. So these are poplin pajamas, and you can find them at Dillard's. They're made by Print Fresh, and they're $168.
Oh, I'm writing this down
But
like I'm
they
gonna
are
buy those. Okay.
but they're very
After
similar.
Christmas sale.
Yeah, they're pink
Yeah.
with with the cowboy boots on them and Christmas trees and stuff. So they're not exactly the same, but very close.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I found some similar, I think it was on Amazon, but they were satin, but they had marabou feathers around the wrist and around the ankles. How are you gonna wash those?
Yeah. I'm not Joan Collins. What's going on
No,
here?
I'm
Come
not
on.
walking around with my sheer chemise and my
Mm.
kitten heels.
I mean, I'd like to do that, but my life is
Oh, yeah.
not.
Ordering people around.
I don't have a staircase that would call for that.
That's true. Yeah, because you have to make an entrance if you're wearing
Me,
pajamas like
yes,
that.
coming down the stairs saying, Jeeves, get me a cocktail.
Dry martini. Okay, we've talked about going back in time recently and, kinda where we would want to go, but
Mhm,
I wanna change it up a little bit. What about a time in your past? Is there a time or a moment you'd like to go back to, and would you wanna be an invisible observer, or would you like the chance to interact with someone one last time, and who would that be?
oh god, mom, why are you asking this question?
We're going deep today.
Here's the thing, I would worry about changing anything because as we
Mhm,
know from watching Back to the Future, any little tiny change in the time-space continuum can totally screw up your whole life. So, I would be wary to change anything, even though there are things that I'm like, I wonder what would have happened if I would have chosen differently. Trying to think. I mean, there are things that I would like to like watch from the outside again. So maybe like I think we talked about this last week or the week before when we took Felicity to Disneyland for the first time.
mhm,
That was so fun and that was so cool. And I wouldn't change any of it. So if I could just like be an observer to watch that happen again, I totally would. I think
mhm,
that would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I think you make one change and then you don't know until you get back to your
mhm.
present life what has been effed up.
What did I mess up?
It might
Yeah.
be something weird and small. It might be like, hey, America doesn't exist anymore, you know?
Or, yeah, now I don't have these kids and I didn't marry the same person because I changed this one minute. Yeah, and that's kinda what I was thinking when I was typing up my notes for this.
Hmm.
Though I would love to go back and talk to my mom one more time because my mom passed 6 years ago.
Hmm.
What would I even say that wouldn't potentially change the future? So I think what I would rather do is go back to a time, especially this time of year, love
Hmm.
Christmas, go back to a time in my childhood where I see my brother and I getting up and holding hands and walking down the hall to see what Santa brought us. And the
Yeah.
looks on my parents' faces when they're so excited to see our faces on Christmas morning, that would be fun to relive
Yes.
just as a silent observer. But to actually go back to talk to someone, I talk to my mom all the time anyway, so it does,
Mhm.
and that doesn't change anything, and it doesn't have the potential to erase the life that I've built. So I think I would just
Right.
like to pick some key moments that really stand out in my memory and watch them again like a home movie. So
Yeah, I think, like, would I maybe go back in time to that day when I flipped dad off and didn't get to go to the zoo with my cousins and change that? Sure. That would be a good idea.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, you flipped your dad off.
I did this.
He
Read
probably doesn't
between the
remember.
lines.
Yep, I do remember that, and we were like, "Do you know what that means? You just
Yes,
flipped
I
your dad
do.
off."
It means you're not going to the zoo. Go to your room.
And then did you scream into your pillow?
Oh, I'm sure I
"I
did.
hate you!"
I remember looking out the window watching you guys drive away.
Like Kevin on Home Alone.
Oh, God. But who
Oh
knows
my
what kind of crazy changes that might create if I didn't do that. So
That's true. Yeah, you never know. Maybe you would have fallen into the polar bear tank or something.
maybe.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that's
goodness
funny.
gracious. Yeah.
Well, let's jump into some behind the scenes. I was able to find a few things. And the cast and
Okay.
crew filmed, obviously, the majority of the movie inside the actual Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, but they couldn't interrupt the Opry's schedule. So,
Mm.
because it's a working theater and with a live radio show and tours happening daily. So, this meant that the cast's call times were brutal. Nikki DeLoach mentioned that her hair and makeup call would be at 9 p.m. and filming wouldn't start until the tours and shows were completely finished, sometimes as late as midnight. So, they would work through the night.
Oh my God.
They would then shoot all night until 10 or 11 the next morning. And she said it was immensely challenging, but the actors all agreed it was worth it to film in that sacred space.
Mm-hmm.
As we mentioned, Gentry and Mac's close lifelong friendship in the movie is based on the real life bond between the stars Nikki DeLoach and Kristoffer Polaha. He and Kristoffer have been close friends for over 21 years, having first worked together, as you mentioned, in a 2004 show called The North Shore. Nikki
Mm-hmm.
was even one of the first people to hold Kristoffer's eldest son, Caleb, when he was born, which I
Aw.
thought was very sweet. They often spoke
Yeah.
about how grateful they were for their first Hallmark film together, um, and how this was a personal project, saying that the characters' relationship mirrored their own.
Wait, this is
I
their
mean,
first time working together on Hallmark?
yes, yeah, was
Wow.
this yeah, according to my notes. If I'm wrong, let me know. The music and setting are 100% authentic. Brad Paisley not only appears and performs, but he also wrote original music specifically for the film. Other stars making appearances include Mickey Guyton, I think you say,
I think
Megan
so.
Maroney, Bill Anderson, and Pam Tillis making the supporting cast, a true who's who of country music. While filming at the Opry, Polaha hired his son, an aspiring singer-songwriter, as his assistant for the week. This gave Caleb an incredible real-world experience, and he was able to meet and receive advice from legendary artists like Bill Anderson, soaking up the atmosphere and history of the mother church of country music.
That's so cool.
So, yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
If you know people, use them, right? If your dad's a major Hallmark star and you know, you want some
Mhm.
exposure or you wanna learn something, go to work
Yep.
with your dad. So now it's time to rate the movie, and we are going to rate the movie using guitars.
Okay. What did I I don't remember what I get the other movies. Keller Family Vacation, Keller Christmas Vacation, I think I gave a 5, right?
You gave it a 5. Mhm.
And you gave it a 4.5
No, I
or
gave it a
4?
5.
Oh, you gave it a 5 too.
Okay. Mhm.
Oh, man. Okay. And Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper, 4.5?
4.5, I believe. I
Okay. So I am going to give this one a 5. 5 guitars. I loved it. I thought the styling was impeccable. The casting was great. The set obviously was wonderful. They told the story beautifully, and it was a well-conceived story that made sense, that didn't just feel like a PR move,
Mhm.
and I just I loved it. I thought it was definitely one that I'm like, I will watch this every year, even though I'm really not a country music fan.
Mhm.
I thought it was great, and my favorite song in the movie was definitely the one that Megan Moroney was singing, "All I Want for Christmas Is a Cowboy."
That was
She was
cute.
talking about she wants to unwrap him like a present.
Mhm.
I just giggled. So funny.
Yeah,
So, anyways,
that was
yep,
very cute.
5 guitars from me for this one.
I agree. I am giving it 5 guitars as well. It just was full of genuine moments. We kinda got this front row seat to Gentry's journey and finding that closure with her dad. It didn't feel like anything was left open or unfinished. There was a sweet love story between her and Mac, and that felt really authentic. And
Mhm.
it was just really beautiful, feel-good movie that I agree I'll watch it over and over again. I do like some country music. I don't like it if it's too twangy. I like more of a
Mhm.
pop country music, but
Yeah.
just the setting makes me wanna go to the Grand Ole Opry. It didn't,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, it didn't feel gratuitous, kinda like, the Chiefs love story. It was
Yes.
very pumped up, you know, promoted by the NFL, and there was a lot of promotion behind it. So I was really afraid that it was gonna fall short, and it didn't. It didn't feel
Mm.
like this is just an advertisement for the NFL. This didn't feel like it was just an advertisement for the Grand Ole Opry, although it did inspire me to go and buy the sweater. But
Yes.
I like a cute
We're
Christmas
not
sweater.
against buying merch, okay?
No, no. And if I've been entering the Hallmark sweepstakes every day, and if I can win some of that Grand Ole Opry jewelry, I'll take that as well. I might even
Yeah,
share it. Super cute. So,
absolutely. Oh my gosh, I need to go enter today.
yeah.
I caught up yesterday. I had to enter, like, for 30 days or something crazy. Took forever. But I caught up today.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because you can keep entering every single day, and then I'm not sure
yeah.
when the final day is, but I'm hoping I win something. It'll probably
Mhm.
be the dog toys or something. It's all most of the stuff is really fun
Yeah.
stuff that I would, yeah, actually use, so.
Yep.
So that was Grand Ole Opry Christmas. We both enjoyed it, highly recommend it.
Mhm.
I will watch it again before this holiday season is over. And next week, we kinda talked about what's next and that it has to deal with amnesia, and is there anything else you wanted to add to it?
No, I didn't even know what the movie was about. I just saw Danica McKellar, and I was like, "Yes, we're gonna watch that."
Yeah,
So,
I love her. Yeah, so
yes.
it'll be interesting now that we know a little bit more about amnesia, what kind of, amnesia she gets and where they kind of
Yeah, is it
go
a
on the
slip and
ridiculous.
fall? Is it a skiing accident? Does she
Uh-huh.
get hit in the face with a trunk of a car? Like, what
Is
happens?
it realistic? Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Love on the Pod and share your episode thoughts or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you love this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly. So whether you're singing your heart out in Nashville's Mother Church,
Or finally facing those complicated family memories.
we hope you hit all the high notes this holiday season. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.